Cubs fans, buckle up because what I'm about to tell you will send shockwaves through Wrigleyville and beyond. Right now, as we speak, there are 3 seismic developments unfolding that could completely reshape our beloved Cubs' destiny before the trade deadline hits on July 31st. We're talking about moves that could either catapult us straight into October glory or leave us wondering what could have been. Picture this. Our front office is making chess moves that would make even the smartest baseball minds dizzy. There's a veteran executive revealing strategic secrets that have other GMs scrambling. There's a rising star prospect whose name is suddenly on everyone's lips. But here's the kicker, Cubs fans. He might not be wearing our jersey much longer. And if that wasn't enough to get your heart racing, there's talk of a blockbuster deal involving not 1, but 2 all-star caliber players that could completely transform our lineup and rotation overnight. I'm talking about decisions that could define the next 5 years of Cubs baseball. Moves that could silence the doubters who said we couldn't compete with the big boys in our division. We're sitting at 58-39, leading the NL Central, but trust me, Cubs fans, what's coming next will either solidify our championship dreams or haunt us for seasons to come. Hit that like button if you're ready for this emotional roller coaster. Drop a comment with your boldest prediction and make sure you're subscribed because you do not want to miss how this unfolds. The baseball gods are about to test our faith in ways we never imagined. But first, let me tell you about the man pulling all the strings behind the scenes and why his latest revelation has every Cubs fan either celebrating or holding their breath in absolute terror. The puppet master himself, Jed Hoyer, just pulled back the curtain on what's really happening in the Cubs war room. And Cubs fans, this is either brilliant strategy or the kind of transparency that makes rival GMs lick their chops with anticipation. Our president of baseball operations didn't just speak to the media, he basically laid out our entire game plan for everyone to see. For me, the question is, how do we focus so that the Cubs win as many games as possible? Hoyer revealed, and while that sounds simple, Cubs fans, what he said next should have you either pumping your fist or pacing around your living room. He's not just looking at playoff odds, he's looking at complete roster transformation. Here's where it gets real, Cubs fans. We're not just window shopping for role players. Hoyer confirmed we're hunting big game in the pitching market, and the name that's been whispered in every baseball circle is Pirates ace Mitch Keller. Think about this for a second. We're trying to steal the best pitcher from a last place team to bolster our already division leading squad. But wait, there's more that'll make your head spin. Our ERA sits at 3.81, ranking us 13th in the league. That's not championship material, Cubs fans, and Hoyer knows it. He's not just talking about adding an arm, he's talking about adding depth everywhere. He mentioned Matt Shaw playing solid defense, but hinted that third base might need an upgrade. Translation? Nobody's job is safe, and everyone's expendable if it means October baseball. The most chilling part? Hoyer said they won't completely turn over the 26-man roster, but we're going to think about how we can potentially get deeper. Cubs fans, when your GM starts talking like that with the trade deadline looming, it means he's ready to mortgage the future for a championship run right now. But here's where this story takes a heart-wrenching turn that no Cubs fans saw coming. Remember when I said nobody's safe? Well, Cubs fans, prepare to have your hearts ripped out because one of our brightest rising stars might be packing his bags before you finish reading this sentence. Jackson Wiggins, our 2023 second-round pick, who just cracked MLB Pipeline's top 100 prospects list at number 100, is suddenly the hardest name in trade discussions, and it's tearing the Cubs community apart. This kid was supposed to be our future ace. Cubs fans, he was selected for the All-Star Futures game before the organization shut him down to manage his workload. His first full professional season. We're talking about a pitcher who's become our best pitching prospect now that Cade Horton graduated to the big leagues and Brandon Birdsell is fighting through shoulder issues. Here's what's making Cubs fans lose sleep. We still have 5 top 100 prospects with Owen Casey, Moises Ballesteros, Jefferson Rojas, and Kevin Alcantara joining Wiggins on that elite list. But scouts are whispering that teams calling about frontline starters and third basemen are circling Wiggins' name like vultures. The cold, hard truth that's keeping Cubs fans awake at night. Baseball insiders are saying it's a foregone conclusion that either Casey or Alcantara will be moved. But Wiggins, Our pitching prospect jewel might be the crown jewel that seals a blockbuster deal. We're talking about potentially trading away a kid who could anchor our rotation for the next decade, all for a shot at glory this season. Cubs fans, this is the agonizing reality of championship chasing. Do we hold on to the future or cash in our chips for 2025? And if you think that decision is tough, wait until you hear about the earth-shattering proposal that has every Cubs fan's emotions bouncing between pure ecstasy and absolute panic. Cubs fans, here it is! The bombshell that could change everything. A proposed blockbuster trade is circulating that would send Arizona Diamondbacks stars Eugenio Suarez and Zach Gallen to Chicago in exchange for Ben Brown, Jackson Wiggins, and Jonathan Long. This isn't just a trade rumor. This is the kind of franchise-altering move that legends are made of. Think about the immediate impact, Cubs fans. Suarez was an all-star this year with 31 home runs and an OPS just under .900. He'd solve our third base situation instantly while giving struggling Matt Shaw time to reset in AAA. And Gallen? Despite a down year, this is a pitcher with Cy Young caliber stuff who could replace the injured Justin Steele and transform our rotation overnight. But here's the gut punch. We'd be giving up Wiggins, the prospect who just made the top 100 list and represents our pitching future. This is the ultimate championship gamble. Cubs fans, are we ready to mortgage tomorrow for October glory today? The baseball world is watching, and every Cubs fan is torn between their head and their heart. Do we trust Hoyer's aggressive approach and go all in on 2025? Or do we protect our future and risk watching another year slip away? We're leading the NL Central at 58-39, but in baseball, windows close faster than summer lightning. Cubs fans, smash that like button if you think we should pull the trigger on this blockbuster. Drop a comment telling me if you trade our future for a championship run, and hit subscribe because this trade deadline is going to be absolutely wild. The question that'll keep us all awake tonight: is this the year we finally bring another championship to Wrigleyville, or are we about to make a decision that haunts us for decades? What would you do if you were sitting in Jed Hoyer's chair right now?